Mr. Vadeboncoeur, you have petitioned the court to prove to Miss Furnari that you are not the biological father of her 1-year-old son, Dawson.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim you can prove you're not the father, and when today's results win your case, you want her out of your life for good.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Furnari, though you admit to sleeping with 2 other men, you say there's no doubt that Mr. Vadeboncoeur is your son's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Vadeboncoeur, tell me about your relationship with Miss Furnari.
Well, Your Honor, there was really never no relationship. I met her over Facebook through my sister, and after that, I had unprotected sex with her, and I ended up going away probably 3 to 4 days later. Now, 6 months down the road, I get a letter from my sister stating that Miss Furnari's pregnant. I haven't talked to her. I tried calling her from where I was, and there's no answer. And then I get pictures in the mail saying, hey, this is your kid.
And so that was the extent of the relationship?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you had sex just one time?
I had sex with her about twice.
Just 2 times?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Furnari, what was the nature of the relationship? How long did you date him?
About 2.5 years.
You 2.5 years? Mr. Vadeboncoeur, you said you had sex with her 2 times.
She tries to say that we've been together 2.5, 3 years. No, shortly after I met Miss Furnari, I went away. I've probably seen her 1 time within 10 months.
Were you in a relationship with anybody else during the time you were also sleeping with Mr. Vadeboncoeur?
No, I was not.
So how did he hear about you being with other men?
I did tell him.
You told him?
Yes, I did.
What did you tell him?
That I had sex with another guy while he was away.
So, Mr. Vadeboncoeur, what were you told?
I've had a couple people tell me, hey, you know Miss Furnari's out here cheating on you. And I find out she's sleeping on a couch with another guy naked. She's in the shower, taking a shower with another guy. This whole time, I'm away. The thing that gets me is the times don't add up from when I went away to when I came back for it to be my kid.
So explain why the times don't add up.
Because I was away for 10 months. Pregnancy is 9 months if I'm not wrong, right?
So when you went away, you didn't have any idea whether she was pregnant or not?
I got a letter saying, hey, Miss Furnari's pregnant.
You say to yourself, this is my child, this isn't my child.
I was happy. I was actually very happy.
Then you start hearing rumors, things.
Well, the rumor started when I first had one of my buddies come to me and say, hey, you know, Miss Furnari is out there cheating on you. I'm one of the guys she cheated on you with. All right, now I let it go. I was thinking he is mine. Now, I get to talking to another guy and he tells me he's had sex with her, and I look at Dawson and I look at him and I'm thinking it's his kid.
How did that affect you?
I was sick of it. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to keep going through it because it's putting strain on me and my fiance's relationship. And that's the one thing I don't want. I found the one I want to be with. So the only reason why I think she's trying to see if it's my kid, because if she thinks if he's mine,
I know it's
that
yours.
I'm gonna come back to her and we're gonna be some big happy family.
So you think this is a way to stay connected to you in hopes that you can get back together?
That's exactly what it is, Your Honor.
So, Miss Furnari, you brought a witness. I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am. State your name.
Janine Vadeboncoeur.
Ms. Vadeboncoeur,
Yes.
You are relation to Mr. Vadeboncoeur?
Yes, that's my brother.
Oh, so you're the sister that told him about the cheating?
Yes.
But you're standing with Ms. Furnari today?
It's about this little boy right here.
Tell me what you know.
That's what it's about.
Tell me what you know.
One night after we had all been drinking, she slept with one of the people that came to our little get-together.
Is that the only time you caught her cheating?
That's the only time I caught her cheating. I mean, I had suspicions, but...
Why? Because of her talking on the phone or?
Just different behaviors and stuff, and I told my brother this stuff, and I went to pick him up when he came home, and he came straight back, and he was right back with Miss Furnari after we got home, after I got him home from being away.
So you told your brother this, and then when he came back home, he went right back to her.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why you're standing on this side of the aisle today, because you feel like ultimately it's about Dawson.
Right, and they both lived with me I put him out, and then my brother came to live with me again, because no matter what, at the end of the day, he's my baby brother, and I'll hold it down for him.
Is this about the fact that he went back to Ms. Furnari after he came home, or is this about you truly thinking Dawson is your nephew?
I truly believe that's my nephew.
But your brother said he was also confronted by a guy.
Right, I don't keep the same company as him.
That he said he slept with her as well.
Right, he also said they were only had sex 2 times. They lived with me. 90% of their relationship, they lived in my home.
So when he says that he had sex with her just 2 times before he went away, that's not the truth?
No, not at all.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. There have been a lot of accusations today about you cheating, and you haven't said a word. You're not defending yourself. You're not saying that's not true. What is your story? Were you sleeping with multiple men during the window of conception?
No, I wasn't, Your Honor. All these
So
are
why
lies.
are all these men coming up to him talking about they slept with you?
They're not.
Your Honor,
It's all lies.
mutual too. It's mutual. They were cheating. It was back and forth. I know many times of him cheating on her. I know one time really of her. I don't know anything else. It was mutual. It was a very tumultuous relationship between both of them. It was like fire and ice with them.
So you're basically saying, Ms. Vadeboncoeur, that it is true. She was sleeping with a whole bunch of different people.
I don't know if she was sleeping with them per se when the window of conception, they lived together above me. When she found out she was pregnant, they lived above me. When he went away, she stayed with me for a while.
Well, when my sister kicked her out, she went and lived with this guy that stayed above from my sister.
And his wife and
that
kids.
is the guy that I think is Dawson's father.
Did you go to live with a man and his wife and kids?
Yes,
Ms.
I
Furnari?
did.
Were you intimate with that man?
No, I was not. I only had sex with one guy, and
Your
it was
Honor,
at the party.
Your Honor, I have been told multiple times by multiple people the same story that I'm getting from these guys. Now, why would these guys come to me and just lie about it? They know I'm not with Miss Furnari. They know I have nothing to do with her anymore. Now, why would they
That's a lie.
constantly be lying to me about it? That's the question that I have.
Your
during all
point
this.
is, what is the motive? Do they want to be with her? Do they want to keep you two apart? You're thinking, why are these people coming to tell me something they have no reason to tell me?
I honestly don't know, Your Honor. I think they just want me to know who I was dealing with.
So Dawson's now 1.
Yes, Your Honor.
What has been your involvement with this child?
I basically had no involvement with him.
None.
He's had some serious medical issues. Serious medical
Now,
issues.
Your Honor, I did go up to the hospital for him.
After his
What?
surgery, you went out and went to the bar with 2 other girls and had sex with them.
That's irrelevant, Your Honor.
Okay.
Why? Our son was in the hospital.
We was not together at the time. She asked me to come up and see Dawson.
Yes, we were together.
So I did come and see Dawson. She tries to say we've been together for 3 years. I have been
Yes,
gone
we were.
2.5, almost 3.
But she's held you down that whole time. She's been down
She
for
says
you.
she's held me down, but do you call holding down cheating on me?
Mr. Vadeboncoeur, I want to know, why do you think she so desperately is trying to say you are Dawson's father?
I don't know, Your Honor. I have tried to get DNA tests with Miss Furnari. She
I
flakes
offered to
out
pay
on
for
it.
one, and he told me to pay him $25 to take it.
Miss
When I went
Furnari
and picked him
flakes
up to
out
come
on
live
it,
with
Your
me
Honor.
in Illinois. He needs to break the cycle of what we went through as kids with his baby. I am down for his kids 100%. I need my brother to be in his kid's life.
Your Honor.
For everybody in the situation, because these kids didn't ask for this.
I'd like to hear from your witness, sir. Please stand, ma'am. State your name.
Charity Knox.
Ms. Knox, you are Mr. Vadeboncoeur's
Fiance.
Fiance.
Yes.
What do you know about this situation and Dawson's paternity?
She did flake out a couple times. We had paternity tests and she flaked out. It's all about David. It's not about that baby when it comes down. She wants him. Honey, you're not getting him. Sorry. Bye,
First of all,
Felicia.
she's
hold on.
irrelevant. She's been here for like months. She's been here for months.
I've been
She
here for a
caused
year.
Complete
I've been-
chaos.
I've been here for a
with
year.
my
Complete chaos, and
fiance
she has
for a
nothing
year.
to do with any of it.
I ain't
This is
going
between
nowhere.
them, and it's about
Then why are you
Dawson.
here then?
She
But-
cannot, because I'm Dawson's aunt.
Okay,
You are
and
nothing.
I'm gonna be his stepmommy one
Anyway.
day.
No, you're
What-
not going to be a
what
stepmom.
Natia
This is
fails
the
to
problem.
realize-
That is
She
my
doesn't
son,
know how
and
to
you're not
shut up
getting
and let
him.
them deal with it. She doesn't know how to shut up and let them deal with it. She's got to interject on everything, and it's got to be her way
That is
no
not
matter
true,
what.
Your Honor.
Yes, it
She
is.
will
That is
call.
not true.
She
Yes,
will
it
call
is.
Tia. They will call and mess with Tia. Tia won't have their number half the time. If Tia has their number, I am not going to lie, she will do it to them. They call Tia. My brother called Tia last night. They walked past our hotel. 1 o'clock in the morning, Tia's phone's going off, wakes me up. It's my brother telling Tia, meet him down the street so he can get some. At 1
Yes, that
o'clock
is
in the
true.
morning.
That is
Last
true.
night.
We're walking down
Wait
the
a
road.
minute. Last night, Mr.
Last
Vadeboncoeur, you smiling.
Supposedly, because this is
It was
what
on
I deal with
speakerphone the
every
whole
day
time.
on
It
a
was-
daily basis.
Yes.
I have
They
I
will-
have
it
the calls
gets
on
to
my
the
cell
point-
phone.
Were you
call
calling?
was anonymous.
Were
The
you?
call.
Were you calling Miss Furnari last
No,
night at
Your
1
Honor.
a.m.?
I have the
No.
calls on my cell phone right now, and I
when
have my cell phone.
We went out to see a night on the town. We just
And you
happened
guys
to be
walked
walking
past our
by
hotel
a
around your
hotel
mouth.
Marty's doing
that-
this the whole time because she likes to instigate everything and interject into
We were
something.
walking by the hotel and
with
here-
her waving
Exactly.
at us.
I just can't wait till we find out the DNA if the baby's his or not, because all it is about David, and when it should be about Dawson, and whether David.
It is about
David or
Dawson.
not,
Well, she
It's not-
said,
I can't wait to
Makes it
find
about
out so
her.
we can just be rid of him.
Miss Furnari.
ain't about you.
Let's get back to what's relevant. The bottom line is, Ms. Knox, you're saying that you believe Miss Furnari is just trying to stay connected to your fiance.
Yes.
And you believe the only reason she's just saying or asserting that you are the father is because she wants to be with you.
That is exactly right, Your Honor.
Shut your mouth.
Okay, Your Honor.
It is your intention, if it's determined that you are Dawson's biological father today, to be involved in his life.
I'm gonna step up and take the responsibility that I have to take.
But you have been, and you say you've been trying to see him in the interim. And
We'll do it. If he's going to talk about taking care of his kids, he needs to do it. Dawson is not the only one going through this right now.
Have you been providing for Dawson financially?
No, I haven't, Your Honor. The simple fact why I won't do it, I don't feel I should have to take care of another man's kid.
But
if
you
I-
want to
if-
see him.
If I don't know, that was before. And then, I said, you're calling me, asking me for something, but when I want to get a DNA test, you don't want to give it to me.
So, Ms. Furnari, if it is indeed determined that Mr. Vadeboncoeur is Dawson's biological father, where do you go from here? Do you really want a relationship with him ultimately?
No, it's about Dawson. I want him to be in Dawson's life.
You want him to be a father?
Yes, I want him to
And
be
you
a
will
father.
allow him
Yes, I will.
to be involved?
Yes.
I want to be
And
aunt, not
if
dad.
he's not his biological child, then what?
Then I'll go my separate way.
Now, Your Honor, there's been so many times I have tried to do so many things. I think she has some kind of doubt
right.
in her mind that it's
No,
not mine.
we all know.
Well, the only way to move forward is to get the results. Jerome, I'm ready. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Vadeboncoeur versus Furnari, when it comes to 12-month-old Dawson Furnari, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Vadeboncoeur, you are the father.
That's your son, David.
That's fine.
Now all this could stop and you could be his dad. Can I give my brother a hug? Through all this, I love my brother.
Absolutely. You don't want to hug your sister?
No, I don't.
He doesn't want to hug Miss Vadeboncoeur.
At the end of the day, if he needs me, that's my baby brother, and I'm there. No matter what he may say, that's my brother. I give a care what nobody says. In the end of the day, that is my brother, and I'm down for him 100%.
Mr. Vadeboncoeur,
Okay,
it doesn't sound like that's the. What are you feeling now? I'm trying to understand what your emotion. Are you happy?
I'm happy about it. I am happy about it. Now, the only problem that I'm gonna have with all this is Miss Furnari. I can take care of Dawson, but it doesn't have to include her.
Absolutely.
He lives
But
Now-
it does
now what
include
she-
her to the extent that you all will have to co-parent together.
I understand that. I don't regret anything. I don't regret that kid now that I know he's mine.
At this point, we've got an innocent little boy with a mother and a father that claim they want what's best for him. Now it's time to see if you all are going to step up to the plate and do what's necessary, and that's a lot of hard work.
I try to push him into that role.
Now, Ms.
He can break
Vadeboncoeur,
the cycle.
you have been very vocal today, and I appreciate it. I have a nephew that I love. I call him my first baby. But that's their child. That's their child.
I try to act like the go-between
So,
when they can't get along.
But listen, at some point, the go-between has to step out of the picture and allow the parents the opportunity to see if they can figure this out together. And that goes for you too, Miss Knox. Now, you're entering into a marriage, you all fiance, you're going to get married, but this is still the parents of this child. You guys got to learn how to talk together. Ms. Allen, you claim the defendant got you pregnant and now refuses to do anything for your 2-year-old daughter, Novella, who's been diagnosed with severe allergies, leaving you in financial and emotional distress. You claim today's DNA test will prove that he is Novella's father, and you need him to step up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Toliver, you and your girlfriend say you are 100% certain you are not her child's biological father and have evidence to support your claim. Ms. Allen, what has he done for your daughter?
Absolutely nothing, Honor.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow.
Wow.
Has he paid any child support at all?
No, Your Honor.
Been involved in her life?
No, Your Honor.
Come to visit her?
No, Your Honor.
I have several reasons that I can prove that I'm not the father.
How?
Well, I mean,
What can you prove?
I've tried to get her to do a DNA test. For instance, just the other day, said she's not going to do the test.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been avoiding the test, Ms. Allen?
No, I haven't not been avoiding the test.
Why haven't you taken it if he's volunteering?
He's the reason why. I honestly do not want to go take a test by myself with him. And he don't want to be around my family.
Wait a minute, now you laid down by yourself with him? Now you can't go and get a DNA test by yourself? I've never heard of such.
I just don't feel comfortable around him.
But you don't have to be present at the same time to get the DNA testing done.
She texts him saying that she misses him, and I accidentally saw that. It was on Facebook Messenger that she missed him. So I don't know where she's getting this. She doesn't want to be with him. It confuses me too. So
Whenever she breaks up or has a fight with her boyfriend, she comes back to me with acting like she wants to get back with me. She loves me and she misses me, but then when she's in a relationship, I don't hear anything from her. Wait,
let me just go back first. Before we jump into this, I want to make sure I understand. You two were in a sexual relationship at some point,
yes,
am I correct?
Yes.
Was it during the window of time that Novella was conceived?
Yes, ma'am.
How long were you together?
It's a couple of months, not long. It wasn't a heavy, steady relationship. We weren't.
So you weren't committed?
Yeah, we was committed.
We seen each other on the weekends every now and again. It's not like we lived in different counties.
And so, you can get someone pregnant that lives in a different county.
Yeah. Okay.
But were you using protection every time you were?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, how we met on a dating site. And we had intercourse the first night we met. She'd also told me
Did you use protection?
No, ma'am. But she told me that the day before that her ex-boyfriend she just broke up with, they had intercourse that night. The night
No, I
before.
did not tell you that.
That's what you said.
No.
Okay, so the day you met her, she says, I had intercourse with my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend last night, and then you had intercourse with her that night.
Yes, we were having drinks and talking, and I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear who you had sex with, but alcohol does that. Alcohol opens people up. That's what she told me. And the first night we met, we had sex. I've heard that I'm not the only one that she's been like that with.
I understand, but Mr. Toliver, you do understand that if you were one of them, you were one of the possible fathers.
Yes, but then she contacted
Well, let me ask you this. If you've been informed that you possibly are this beautiful child's biological father, Why is it you aren't pursuing the test or pursuing some form of relationship with this child?
I need to know that if it's mine or not. She give me every reason to believe it's not mine.
So your thing is the buck stops here until I figure out whether or not I am the father. You don't feel like you want to invest any time getting to know the child.
No, it's not that. I mean.
Well, what is it then? It's been 2 years.
Well, I mean, look, okay. She's told me that, you know, over the text messages and phone calls that this other guy here this is going to be Novella's father.
Wait. When did that come out?
This was when she was in the hospital. The guy in the hospital.
Let me see those,
with
please,
her.
Jerome.
And supposedly, you know, she's saying that, and it's on the Facebook. That
What are these pictures of, Mr. Toliver?
That's Miss Allen with the guy she was seeing at the time that she's telling me that.
So this is her in the hospital having birth, and that's the man there on the phone in the corner.
Her boyfriend, or she's telling me that that's going to be Novella's father.
When did she tell you this?
Right after the pregnancy.
So you weren't there on this day, the day she delivered?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Were you invited?
No, ma'am. How was I invited? Was she going to invite me and him? I mean, that makes no sense.
I told you that he did not have to be in the delivery room, that you could be in there. Yes, I did.
So wait a minute now, Miss Allen, you admit that you had moved on and started dating this gentleman.
Yes.
And you had invited him to the birth of Novella.
Yes.
Was he with you during the pregnancy?
When we got together when I was 3 months pregnant, and he was there the whole time.
He was there the whole time?
Yes.
You told Mr. Toliver that this is Novella's father, or he used the words, this is going to be Novella's father?
I told him that he was going to raise her.
So your contention is that what you truly said was this is going to be her dad, meaning since you're not around and you don't want to be involved, I'm going to make this guy her father.
Yes.
You took that to mean, Mr. Toliver, that it was a potential that he actually was her biological father.
I believe it could be because, I mean, she said that he's the daddy. This is her true father, whatever. I mean, I have a message on Facebook here where he's claiming her as his little girl, you know.
This piece of evidence is what? A picture of...
That's the guy that she was seeing at the time with Novella, you know, as in claiming as his daughter.
My girl's already learning, laugh out loud. So let me ask you this. Do you believe that this gentleman is potentially Novella's biological father, or do you feel like this is just someone she's using to get back at you?
I don't know. It just seems to me like that's a very good chance that he is the father.
When you got pregnant, were you dating anyone else at the time?
No.
Did you call Mr. Toliver and tell him you were pregnant?
Yes, I did.
What was his response?
I called him when I was in the doctor's office, told him I was pregnant, and his basic response was, it was not his problem, it was my problem.
No, I asked her who the father was. That's what I told her. I said, you need to find out who the father is.
And what was the answer?
She said, well, it's mine. She said I was the father. But it's only when she's in a fight with her boyfriend or breaking up with a boyfriend does she come to me and want me back or this and that. And
is that true, Ms. Allen? Do you just come back around after you broke up with somebody?
No.
Do you consistently
press
and try to establish a relationship between Mr. Toliver and Novella?
Yes.
How have you done that?
I have constantly tried to get a hold of him. I've even asked if he wanted to come see her. And it's always, he's too busy.
But
you don't have a way.
I don't have a driver's license. I can't just up and drive to Pelham, Georgia.
Mr. Toliver, have you ever met Novella? She's 2 now.
No, ma'am.
You've never met
her? Ma'am.
2 years.
I know, but I mean, if it was really mine, she would want to have this test done from the beginning.
It's just wrong I think it's just wrong to toss a kid around like that. She needs to find out who the real father is, and she should have done it in the beginning. That's how I feel.
I mean, if she would give me, you know, proof that I am the father, then it'd be totally different. But I can't just change my life because an ex-girlfriend calls and tells me, I'm pregnant with your baby, so you're the father, you need to do this. And she says she don't want money or anything from me. She wants me to be in their lives. Not just Novella's life, their lives. That's why I feel like she's trying to get me back by using the baby. Her ex-boyfriends, from what I understand, and the ones I've seen are losers, more or less. I have a decent job. I mean, I'm a pretty good guy. I'm one of the better candidates that she's dated. And that's what I feel like that she is trying to use that as, use the baby as, well, you know. And I mean, I have a life. I can't change my life just to make her happy because this is what she wants.
So, Ms. Allen, I have to ask you this. In your court papers, you indicate that Novella has severe allergies.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why you desperately want to find
Yes.
or have Mr. Toliver identified as her biological father. You need help.
Yes, I do need help.
Explain.
She has allergy problems. I'm constantly going back and forth to the doctors with her. She's allergic to just about anything you can be allergic to. Pecans, pine trees, oak trees, apples, rice, you name it, she's allergic to it.
There is no medical history of any kind of allergy problems in my family whatsoever, of anything. I mean, nobody in my family is even allergic to poison ivy. We can got rid of the weed eater. And,
So wait,
I mean,
the fact that she has these allergies, I mean, this is financially and emotionally taxing on you, I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
And you're taking care of her and getting her back and forth to her doctor,
Yes.
all by yourself.
Yes, I am.
Your Honor, I want to get this test done. I want to find out. I mean, everybody needs to know. You know, I need to know. She needs to know. We need to know for the benefit of the baby. But it's, you know, it's never just being the baby's life. It's being our lives.
I never said be in our lives because I don't want you in our life. I want you in our daughter's life.
You hear that, Mr. Toliver?
Yes, ma'am, and that's
Do you believe that when she says it, or do you think
no,
she's
because
just...
I've been going through this for 2 years, on and off for 2 years, every couple months.
I've
Every time
moved
she gets
on.
in a
I don't
fight-
want you in my life. I
And
want you in our
Ms.
daughter's
Bowl,
life.
you're in a relationship with Mr. Toliver?
Yes, I am.
And how do you deal with all this?
I mean, if it's not his daughter, so that's fine. But if it is his daughter, I'm gonna act, you know, be like a stepmom, I guess you could say. I'll take care of her, I'll make her happy, you know, like it's my child. So, I mean, but this has got to come to an end. Just figure
And
everything out.
she's seen the message. She picked my phone up the other day and saw a message from Miss Allen saying how she missed me and loved me and wanted to be back with me and all this. It got me in trouble for it. I didn't even send the message, you know. She got mad at me for reading a message from her, and this.
Are you enjoying this a little bit, Mr. Toliver? You say you don't want it, but do you enjoy the fact that she can't seem to completely move on from you?
No, I would love
Because
I
you're
would love her-
entertaining this a
No,
lot.
I would. Well, I'm just trying to make my point here that she's using the baby to try to get back with me.
So in your court papers, one of your major pieces of doubt is that you say no one in your family has allergies.
None whatsoever.
I just have one question, though, and I'd like to speak to a medical expert we have here. Jerome, would you please escort Dr. Jamila Gator into the courtroom? I'd like to ask her a question or two about this allergy issue.
So I'm going to have you go up to the witness stand.
Okay.
Hi, doctor.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, doctor, we're having a discussion concerning beautiful baby Novella's paternity.
Yes.
And we have heard testimony that suggests that she suffers from extreme allergies. Mr. Toliver contends he does not believe he can be her biological father. He says he doesn't have allergies. He says nobody in his family has allergies. And he says for this reason, he believes he could not be Novella's biological father. So I want to know from you, if a child is born first and foremost with allergies, does this cause further complications, asthma, things like this? Are these things you can trace to heredity?
Yes. So asthma is definitely related to allergies. About 65% of asthma is allergic asthma. And that happens when you breathe in air and then the body actually has an overreaction to it or a hypersensitive reaction and causes difficulty with breathing.
Okay. And so is this passed down through the families? Is this hereditary?
So it's interesting. Allergies and asthma are actually not genetic. What can be inherited and can be passed down is something called atopy. And atopy is basically the tendency of the immune system to overreact to things in the environment. So in Novella's case, we've got a list here where she's allergic to, apples, pine trees, cat, oatmeal, eggs, all of these different things that she's allergic to. And the way that things are inherited, the parent per se, whether it's the father or the mother, isn't necessarily going to be allergic to those exact same things. So what can be passed on is just the tendency or the potential to have reactions, and that could be broad from allergies to asthma to eczema.
So it's hard for us to drop a thumbnail and say, oh, you know what? Because of these allergies, her father is...
Exactly.
We can't do that.
No.
That's what I needed to know. So, Mr. Toliver, your argument just went on out the window here with Dr. Gator.
My argument was the way she's been not willing to do the DNA test.
But part of your argument was, too, that you don't have allergies and no one in your family has them.
Well, that's because she told me
contributed to your doubt.
that the baby had allergies and they had to come from my side of the family. I've told you I'm not sure how the allergy things work. But my reason for doubt is for 2 years now that we've been going on this DNA test and it's not happening. She won't do it. I mean, reason after reason.
The good news is this court has administered the DNA testing.
Yes,
and I have the results.
oh.
Jerome? Thank you.
You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Allen versus Toliver, when it comes to 2-year-old Novella Allen, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Toliver, you are her father.
Okay.
Are you happy?
A little bit, yes, ma'am.
Just a little happy.
Well, I mean, I've always wanted a kid, but the other thing is that, I mean, now I want Rachel to understand this. I'm going to be in the baby's life, but, I know you said you're over me, but we're done with the going back and forth, okay? I mean,
Yeah, I'm in a serious relationship. I don't want you.
Okay, that's good. Just want to make sure we're on the same page on that. I mean, me and Brittany are going, we're trying to go somewhere with our relationship. She's going to be part of Novella's life too.
That's fine.
And,
But I mean, I don't really know who she is. This is my
fine.
first time ever seeing her, so I'll have to get to know her.
That's fine. It's understandable. I wouldn't ask you to.
Okay, family, so we're going places.
Yeah.